Hey everybody, my name is Jim and I am going to be your tour guide. I have a 2003 GMC Savana and I'm going to show you the manual on how they say to lower your spare tire, which is a joke if you have a 2003 and it's 2021. Because odds are if you live in northern states that thing is rusted, the secondary latch is stuck, and it's a lot of fun. So once again, I'm Jim. And this is going to be my little shit show for you. Okay, so if you open your manual, which you probably don't have because you're watching this video, to 5-66. All right, so I'm going to read this to you too, so that if you have to do this on the side of the road, you don't have to have your phone up to your ear. All right, so first off, it's finding your spare tools. In my case, it's this situation where it's stowed in the passenger side rear corner, and then basically if you have a 15 passenger van, somebody's sitting on it, or it's whatever it says that is. Anyways, yeah, it's probably under the rear passenger side floor of the vehicle. Well, that sounds like fun. All right, on with it. Here's your tools that you're going to use, including your jack, which is, yeah, that goes without saying, you're gonna need that. And the other thing that I did post another video on how to fix this secondary jack clip, because if you blow a back tire, you're gonna be pissed. That's why I opted to cut my tab off and not have to deal with that thing seizing up on me again. So anyways, locate your tools, get your jack, everything, and your little ratchet, which apparently has a down and up setting on it, I guess. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. So you're gonna go and locate your jack hole. In the back, it's if you open your back door, it's gonna be on your passenger side, just above your bumper. I don't know what this is saying. I'm just going off of whatever. Anyways, don't pay attention to my fingers. They're disgusting. I'm changing the oil on this pig again. And so secondary latch. Okay, so yeah, lower counterclockwise, obviously, like I said, lefty loosey, righty tighty. And if it does not lower, that means your secondary latch system is not disengaging. However, so I have a little thing to show you here so that you can understand what they're talking about on this one, because it says when your tire has been lowered, pull your tire toward you so you can reach the tire retainer and pull it through the wheel opening. Yeah, it's not so fun because you can't get that freaking thing through the wheel. I mean, it's just a challenge because you have to have the thing propped up. So yeah, and I apologize for the bouncing. I'm bending over. It's been a long day. Back is a little stiff. So anyways, yeah, if your tire is full size, blah blah blah. Anyways, another thing to keep in mind is always keep your spare tire full of air. The one I pulled out of mine had 5 pounds in it, so that would have been really helpful. Okay, so here's my little tutorial on this part here. All right, say this exhaust gasket, which I removed out of here, or no, actually I got this out of a piece of crap Saturn. All right, so say this is your tire opening right here, the center, where your holder is underneath. So you're gonna want to get the tire up in the air high enough to where you can get slack, because your cable is going to be coming out of this, coming up and through your tires. So you're going to want to get this whole thing up, and if I can do it one-handed, this is going to be awesome. Not really, but so then you're going to want to get that sleeve with the cable, because the cable's coming out of here, remember. You're going to want to tip this up and slide it through the hole, and then your spare tire will be free. Depending on the condition of it, you might not be free to drive yet, but I am hoping that this helps and my nonsense doesn't screw you along. Anyways, so your vehicle has an underbody mounted tire hoist assembly equipped with a secondary latch system. It's designed to stop the spare tire from suddenly falling off your vehicle and nailing the idiot that's tailgating you, which, I don't know, doesn't say that, but anyways, if you're just listening, and then you're probably getting totally misguided or getting bad ideas. So secondary latch, or for the secondary latch to work, the tire must be stowed in the valve stem pointing down position. storing the spare tire and tools in later section, whatever. Blah, blah. Before beginning this procedure, read all the instructions, or I'm going to read them for you, and failure to read the following could result in damage of the hoist, or others could get hurt because, yeah, other people feel your pain. So to release the spare tire from the secondary latch, do the following. Someone standing too close during the procedure could get injured by the jack because the jack is very angry. I've known a couple jacks before and they were always pissed. So if the spare tire does not slide off the jack, wait, what? If the spare tire does not slide off the jack completely, okay, make sure nobody's behind you or on either side of you as you pull the jack out from a spare tire. Why? Because you're gonna start crying, or you just don't want witnesses? Okay, so then check under the vehicle to see if the cable is visible, and that's providing, or assuming that you've already lowered the cable as much as you could. If the cable is not visible, start this procedure at step 6. All right, so we're still on step 3. So turn the wrench counterclockwise approximately 6 inches, or until approximately 6 inches of cable is exposed. And then you're gonna want to put this stupid little clip in, which thing just always frustrates me. Connect the jack handle, blah, blah, blah. Press the retainer clip so the arrow engages. Attach the jack handle extensions to the jack and slide the ratchet up, marking, or with up, the up mark facing you onto the end of the jack handle extension. So set up your looks. Wait. Oh. My poor reading. I'm reading through the camera and stuff. It's awesome. Facing. Okay, so I'm going to start over. Attach the jack handle. Attach the jack handle handle extension. How kind of writing is that? To the jack, and slide the ratchet with the up mark facing you onto the end of the jack handle extension so your setup looks like the picture above. Okay, well, add a band to the top of that and then you'd probably be okay. So now this is the joke. This is what really is frustrating. This is why I cut my secondary off, because if you blew a rear tire, you're gonna have a hard time getting this jack underneath there, and you're gonna have a hard time getting the spare tire out. So where is the second jack provided to get the damn vehicle off the ground, GMC? That's just a little ridiculous, because it doesn't make any sense, because you're gonna be on your rim, which is gonna lower you down about 6 to 8 inches, and the clearance in the back of these, unless you're lifted, is very little. So it's gonna be very tough to get that jack under there if you blew a back tire. So anyways, place the jack under the vehicle ahead of the rear bumper. Position the center lift point of the jack under the center of the spare tire and turn the handle clockwise to raise the jack until it lifts the secondary latch spring. You're gonna have to refer to my second video or my other video on how that latch spring works, because releasing it can be a pain, especially if it's stuck. You're gonna have to take off the rubber boot and pry it with a screwdriver to get it open. So keep raising the jack until the spare tire stops moving upward and is held firmly in place. This lets you know that the secondary latch has been released. My ass. Because it doesn't if it's rusted shut. The secondary latch has released and the spare tire is balancing on the jack. So lower the jack by turning the ratchet counterclockwise. Keep lowering the jack until the spare tire slides off the jack or is hanging by the cable. Disconnect the jack handle from the jack and carefully remove the jack. Use one hand to push against the spare tire while firmly pulling the jack out from under the spare tire with the other hand. Use somebody else's hand to wipe your tears, because you will definitely be pissed enough if that secondary latch is still stuck, because you won't be at this point. So if the spare tire is hanging from the cable, slide the ratchet onto the wheel wrench and insert the wheel wrench into the hoist shaft hole above the bumper and turn the wheel wrench counterclockwise to lower the spare tire the rest of the way. Be sure the down mark on the ratchet is facing you. I just like saying jack hole. Anyways, so tilt the retainer at the end of the cable and pull it through the wheel opening. Pull the tire out from under the vehicle. So that's what I showed you with that piece. Then have the hoist assembly inspected as soon as you can. Yeah, because it's probably rusted out piece of junk. You will be able to store a spare tire flat using a hoist assembly is whatever. All right, so anyways, that is the spiel on that. I can't stress to you enough, just general maintenance. I gave you a couple tips on my other video on where to spray lube to keep that thing lubed up. Before you go on a trip, you should make sure that that thing raises and lowers freely, your secondary jack works, or you clip that, or that secondary clip holder, retainer, whatever, works, or cut the damn tab off, because it's going to save you a lot of hassle. And then, yeah, I mean, as far as removing your flat tire and stuff, I'll show you the pictures of the jack points, but it really doesn't do it any justice on these vans. It's always best to jack off of not in public, but to jack off of the rear axle, because otherwise you're going to be lifting the whole van. If you jack from your trailer hitch or any other point, there's actually a body mount or a frame mount that you can actually lift up the whole side of your van with if you wanted to. But otherwise in the front, not sure what I'm looking at there, but it is got to be off the front frame carriage. No, it is, judging by the exhaust, it is behind the front wheel. So I'll kind of go over the positions. Well, it looks like this jackass is trying to lift off of his body, which in most cases these things are rusted out. I don't know, I could be wrong. He's behind the wheel. There's a couple spots where you can jack off without getting in trouble. Anyways, I'm gonna go through this quick, and I apologize for the long video. What do you think, Blue? Here we go. So, and I said I was changing the oil. So here is, we are behind the front tire. There's one flat spot here where you can actually get the jack on. You're not going to do any damage. Right now I have mine on my cross support just to raise up the front of the vehicle a little bit, and that's where I have mine. So but you can jack off, can't say it without laughing, right off of this corner of your frame cross member right there. And then as we head to the rear, let's see, so there's a couple spots here. One is your axle, which is obvious, and your other spot is going to be right there. So you do not want to jack off you don't want to jack off on your leaf spring perch, just because the integrity could not, might not be all that good, and I've seen those things rot out. But you want to be right here on the frame, generally speaking, because if you can get that jack to lock in a hole, you're going to be way better off. And never forget to chalk your tires. Block them somehow. I don't care if you use a rock. Small child. Midgets are good too. Sorry, politically incorrect. Or you can actually, if you need to raise up your whole vehicle, you can go off of your the bottom of your hitch point. So, God, I hope I covered everything. Can't think of anything else that I missed, but I hope that this helps you if you're stuck on the side of the road. And just a little general maintenance is going to be huge. So, good luck.